7:49 the time. It's been described as the most comforting show on TV. All Creatures Great and Small is back for its sixth series following a successful reboot. That was in 2020.
The period drama follows James Herriot as he navigates life as a vet in the Yorkshire Dales in the 1930s and 40s. We'll be talking to two of the cast in just a moment, but first, take a look at what's in store. We're joined now by Rachel Shenton and Nicholas Ralph, who you saw there. Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
What a lovely programme to work on.
Well, we think so.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, because it is... We said, when we introduced it, we said it's like comforting TV. And it's like slow TV that you can just sit and just go, I'm just here. And it must... Is it like that on set?
Well, yeah, it can be.
I mean, it's cheesy, but it is lovely. I mean, we always say it's so lovely to go back and film, isn't it? Because we know everyone so well, the Dales are so beautiful. But yeah, it can also be a bit stressful sometimes. Is that what you're
Yeah, it's long days and things like that, and it might be pouring rain, but it is, like, we have such a fun time making it. It's like...
Tell me the animal stories. Never worked with children and animals. You do both.
Nick's got way more stories.
I mean, sometimes they're better than the human actors, the animals. They really are. They're trained impeccably well. This year we had a lovely little greyhound called Danny Boy, and he was actually a rescue. So we needed a specific greyhound for a story, and the animal team found him at a shelter, and he was rescued. And then he spent a week on set with us, filming all creatures, and now he lives with the animal team and about 10 other dogs that they have running around. So that was really lovely.
What was it? You said it was Danny Boy?
Danny Boy, yeah.
What was Danny Boy's ailment? Why did Danny Boy...
Well, you see, that would be a spoiler, Charlie.
Okay.
So...
But there was something wrong with Danny Boy, and
yes,
that he came into your care. Because the opening episode, which I've seen some of, it's a beautiful collie. Not surprisingly, who's has another ailment. Again, we can't say what happens because we'll spoil the plot.
Yeah.
But what a joy. Are you comfortable with animals? Is that a natural thing you have?
Yeah, but I grew up in the outskirts of Nairn, a little town in Highlands, Scotland. So it was my garden, then a field, so that was always full of cows and sheep and things like that. But I mean, I was just used to getting chased by them if I was playing football in the field or using it as a shortcut to get into the town. So now we're a lot more up close and personal. But yes, it's so much fun.
People are always fascinated. If you do a TV series, and vets particularly, what do you have to do? I mean, have you helped with a birth of a cow or anything?
Or a sheep in the opening episode?
I mean, it's really funny, but my mum has done more than I have. She's like birthed some lambs. I haven't. Yeah, she has back in Nairn. Yeah.
She'll be giving you tips.
Yeah, she's giving me tips. Yeah. No, it's fake prosthetic back ends of animals now, cows and horses, and fake sheep. For the wide shots, they're real animals, but then when you get up close and personal, it's fake back ends of cows and animals, because you can't do anything to an animal it doesn't require or you're not trained to do, which is good.
And when you see the live birth, we have documentary, like a skeleton documentary crew that go out and shoot the live birth from a distance, because you can't intrude on that.
So the vet's wearing the same T-shirt that I wear, and then it all gets knitted together.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. The relationship your two characters have, it's you've just got each other's backs, haven't you? I think that kind of, in this kind of sometimes rather dissonant discourse that we experience in, you kind of, in with conversations and politics and everything, sometimes you want to escape, and that is just such a lovely feeling in itself, isn't it? Just having each other's backs.
Totally, and it was something that was there on the page from the first script that I read, but also something that's true. Obviously, these are real people. We're very lucky that we have good relationships with the family of the real James and Helen, and they tell us the sort of anecdotal stories of their mum and dad and growing up with, and they had such a lovely union, didn't they? They were on each other's teams. Yeah. They were friends above anything else, and they really, really fought each other's corner. And like you say, it's sort of, that feels radical now, because we just don't see it.
And the way this series is set is it's straight after the war. You see that, I'm not spoiling this, but you see the declaration of the end of war, and it also does bring in all the impacts that had in the family as well. So you must have, for them to talk about that to you must have been quite special.
We always feel incredibly lucky, don't we, that they get to share these bits of the life bits of their life growing up that aren't in the books and that aren't readily available. You really feel like you get to sort of peek behind the curtain into that world. And
do they watch? Do you know if they watch?
They do, don't they? Yeah, they do watch.
Do you get feedback?
So I think I would probably go to the producers and things. We don't directly, apart from some very nice comments, but yeah, I think they like it, don't they? They seem to be on board.
They approve. They were there for the wedding 2 series ago, so they watched their TV parents get married and all that.
Yeah, they were there.
And Rosie, James Herriot's daughter, was crying. It was really, really sweet.
There's great attention to detail, Rachel, just all the little things, which presumably people would pick up on, because there'll be people alive who can remember those times, households, what they had, the crockery, the business of a household. It must be fascinating just kind of learning that stuff.
Oh, it really is. And we've always said it. I think every department when we took on this, we knew it was a series that was loved. They were books that were loved. We felt like taking it on was no mean feat. And every single department's attention to detail is just second to none. Ros Little, who does the costumes, actually worked on the BBC adaptation and loves the story so much and always goes above and beyond to find real pieces and things that existed then and combining sort of practicality with style. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch. And
have you had any challenging costumes you've had to wear?
Or itchy?
It's a lot of wool, isn't there?
There's a lot of wool.
And it's always Christmas in July.
Yeah, that's
during a heat wave, so you've got 7 layers on, and then they're like, right, here's your hat and your gloves and your scarf. Really?
That's probably the most challenging bit. The costumes are all right, but yeah.
Yeah, when they're handing out ice packs on set and no one sprained an ankle, something's wrong.
What was the discussion around your accent, your Scottish accent, for James Herriot?
Yes, he was born in Sunderland, but very quickly moved to Glasgow when he was a baby. So he was raised there, went to veterinary school there. So he was always known as the Scotch vet. He never lost the accent, so I got away with that one. But they did put me through an hour-long vocal session before I got the job, because it goes out in America. So hitting T's and D's.
Because they don't always understand the Scottish accent.
So even for my Scottish accent,
so
I have to do
too Scottish.
Do your folks in Nairn kind of say, you've softened your accent?
Yeah, or more pronounced. It's
like posh.
Very well spoken.
Yeah.
Well, as we said in the lead-in, it's just a delight to watch from the very opening sequence, isn't it? You're driving along and looking at the landscapes and whatnot. It's lovely. Yeah,
like
it is here.
Yeah, keep you at home.
Yeah, thank you.
Nicholas Ralph, Rachel Shenton, thank you very much. You can watch the latest episode of All Creatures Great and Small on Channel 5 tonight at 9 o'clock.